So I think I found the best 3-in-1 Qi2 wireless charger that you can get for your new iPhone. Now, of course, it'll still work with your iPhone 16 series and all your other iPhones with MagSafe, as well as other phones that you have MagSafe cases on, or that new Pixel 10 and 10 Pro that has MagSafe or Pixel Snap built into it, the Qi2 magnets. All that goes to say, I do think I definitely found that new best charger, and we are taking a look at the Belkin UltraCharge 3-in-1 Qi2 wireless charger. Now this is Qi2 25 watts, so that's Qi2.2 is what it's called, and the price on this is $129.99. Of course, all links are down in the description below for you guys to check out for yourself. So let's go ahead and unbox this. Now I have been using this the last few days. I did test this. I put it through its paces with the iPhone, Apple Watch, AirPods, all that stuff. So we're going to take a look at it, and I'll give you all that information about it. But first, taking it out of the box, it does say UltraCharge Pro here, 3-in-1 magnetic charging dock, is made for Apple Watch, and it does charge your AirPods. It is Qi2 25 watts, so that's that brand new Qi2.2. Now, it says 25 watt fast charge, 0 to 50% in 25 minutes. Now, I have the iPhone 16 Pro Max, as you guys know, and it does do a really good job charging it, but that 0 to 50% in 25 minutes is specifically for the iPhone 16. It does say that in the fine print. However, you'll be looking at my results for the 16 Pro Max, and it might still be worth it for you. For me, this has definitely replaced my nightstand charger, and I really love it. That's a little spoiler alert towards the end of the video. But anyways, all that talking, let's go ahead and unbox it. So you got all that information right there. Active cooling technology. It does have a built-in fan. That's what it's looking like. I do have the sand color. We'll look at the other color as well. And this is what you get in the box. You are going to get your 3-in-1. You get a nice braided USB Type-C cable and a 45 watt charging brick. So all that said, let's go ahead and unbox it. So this is what you're greeted with when you open the box. So first things first, in here, you're going to get your power brick and also your USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable and my freshly wrinkled instruction manual, but you're not going to need that. I'll tell you everything how it all works. Now, this is going to be a 5-foot or 1.5 meter braided USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable. Taking a look at that, very nice cable right here. This should last you for a very long time. It should not break or anything like that. And then of course, our Belkin 45 watt USB Type-C charger. So I did not peel the stickers off. Let's do that together. There's one, and there's two. Little ASMR for you right there. But this is what you're looking like with the charger, and it does of course have foldable prongs there. We will plug that in and test it out. And then of course we do get our 3-in-1 charger here. And that's pretty much all that you get in this box. Nice clean presentation. Love that from Belkin. Let's set that off to the side. So taking a look at the charger itself. Let me move this to kind of get it all out of the way here. The charger itself. So it looks a little weird when you first take it out. So this is going to be a 90-degree stand. So you can use it all the way from completely up to completely down. So if you like a charging pad for your phone, for example, like this, you like to lay it down flat, you can do that. Of course, you can do any angle from 90 degrees to it being completely flat. You do get your Apple Watch charger right here. It does not move or anything like that, which is a slight downside that you can't use nightstand mode with your Apple Watch, but if you use standby mode with the iPhone, obviously that's good to go. And down here, you are getting a charging pad for your AirPods. Now, your AirPods Pro 2, unfortunately, will not magnetize to this, but it does have a very nice smooth surface here. It's a soft touch surface, so they shouldn't slide around or anything like that. The whole thing has this very nice soft touch surface right here, down here, all the way around. This is going to be a nice metal bar there. This is going to be a plastic Apple Watch charger here, and all of this goes this like chrome metal all the way up. Now back here, you are getting your switch for your fan. So down is off, up is on, and of course there's your fan here, which we will listen to. The fan is not loud at all. I have seen some people say that it is loud. To me personally, I have been using this on my nightstand. I've been testing it a lot and it hasn't bothered me at all. It is pretty quiet, but I'll let you guys hear it for yourselves once we plug it in. But anyways, that is what you're going to be getting there. That is, like I said, the fan here. So I did test this with the fan on and the fan off. I'll give you guys the results in a second. On the back here, there is that USB Type-C port right there. So we're just gonna go ahead and plug that in here, and let me plug this in and we'll come right back. All right, so we are all plugged in. Let's go ahead and check the charger out. So right here, you are getting a little LED light. Now this light right here is going to illuminate when your AirPods are plugged in. So that is definitely something to note right there. And we'll see if it does turn off by itself. But for right now, let's go ahead and bring over our natural titanium 16 Pro Max. Go ahead and attach that right there. As you guys can see, we are charging. And of course, standby mode is going to work with it with no issues. There you go right there. I do have a privacy screen protector on here right now, but as you guys can see, it is charging right there. So that's one. All right, let's go ahead and bring over now our Apple Watch. So let me open that back up. There we go. There's this. Let's take my wife's Apple Watch. I know you guys are going to get in the comments, oh, you haven't gotten your Apple Watch still? Apple Watch, whatever. Listen, I don't like an Apple Watch. I had one for a long time. I just use my wife's because she doesn't even use it anyways. So this is the new Brian's Tech Studio Apple Watch. So anyways, we'll go ahead and plug this up right there. That is charging. The light is still off right there, but both devices are charging. The Apple Watch and the iPhone right there is charging. Let me turn the screen brightness down a little bit. That way you guys can see it a little bit better, but it is charging up there. And then last but not least, we can actually even just go ahead and put that just like this so you guys can kind of see both are charging. And then we will take our AirPods and let me show you guys how that's going to look. So you're going to plug that in. There's the charging chime, and that light is going to illuminate only when your AirPods are plugged up. So we do have the iPhone currently charging right there. The Apple Watch is currently charging right there, and the AirPods are charging right there. So you're getting a nice 3-in-1 charger right here. Very nice and compact stand. I love the way that this looks, by the way, on the nightstand and everything like that. It has a super modern look to it. I really like the sand color. I actually ended up choosing the sand over the charcoal, which I will show you guys that in a second. But anyways, this is what you're looking like. Very nice, compact, little size right here. And just to show you guys the size, I am going to bring over a tape measure here real quick, but I just wanted to let you know that that light does not turn off. So if that bothers you, you can take like a little piece of electrical tape or something and put it right there and you should be fine, but it's not too bright. But anyways, let me take all this stuff off here. And that light, like I said, does turn off once the AirPods are unplugged. But let's actually just measure this thing real quick. So standing it completely up, this was the best way that I could see to measure it here. So from the bottom all the way to the tip right here, you are looking at 5.5 inches. And then width-wise, you are looking at a little over 3 inches. So about 3.25 inches wide. So not too bad right there, but this thing does have some nice weight to it. So let's actually go ahead and go in grams. So in grams, we're looking at 539 grams. Now, just to compare it to another charger that I have right here on the side, I do have the Qi 3-in-1 Pro, and then this one is 372 grams. So for a good bit of a different size, this one has some metal to it. It's a little bit wider and taller and all that. This one is definitely going to offer you a little bit better weight. And what I really love about this charger is, let me actually demonstrate it for you guys. What's really nice is when you are using your phone, it doesn't pick up the bass when you take your phone off the charger. Even if you're using, let's say, a case here. Now, this is the Kadabe Paragon. So let's go ahead and put this on my phone right here just to show you guys. This isn't sponsored by anybody. It's the first case I had right here. This was the case I've been using. So putting this on, as you guys can see, it will pick it up because this has really good MagSafe strength. But what's nice is you can take it and just kind of pull it right off, no matter which way it is, whether it's, standing vertically. You just kind of pull it off like that, and the weight of this will not lift it up if you don't want it to. Whereas some other chargers, especially lighter ones, it'll pick up the whole base every single time, and you kind of have to use 2 hands to pull it apart. But either way, this is a very, very nice charger. Let's go ahead and plug it back in real quick, and I'll show you guys. So bring our phone back over here, all that. Let's talk about some of the charging speeds that we get from everything, right? So let's just attach everything back here so you guys can kind of see this beauty right here. We'll lay that down, and just to show you guys, this is kind of what it looks like when it is laying down, and then you can pick it up all the way up to that angle right there, and you will be good to go. That's how it's looking. All 3 devices are charging right there. So let's talk about some of the iPhone charging speeds. Oh, just almost pulled this off. So with the 16 Pro Max, with the fan off, I tested it from dead for 25 minutes, like it says. Now, I know it's for the 16, but I just wanted to check it out for the Pro Max. So for 25 minutes from dead, it charged up to 34%. Now, when I turned the fan on, which is something you want to do, you want to leave the fan on because it'll cool the phone down up to 12 degrees cooler Fahrenheit or 7 degrees Celsius. and it'll help your phone actually charge a little bit faster, because once it gets a little too warm, it starts to throttle the power down so it doesn't overheat. With the fan, it lets you use that full 25 watts of power for a lot longer. And it does actually charge at 25 watts. I have another power brick that I plugged it in that shows the display on it and how much it is withdrawing. And consistently, it was between 24 and 26 watts. So average 25 watts of charging. So with the fan off, like I said, up to 34%. Same test, dead for 25 minutes charging. With the fan on, it charged to 39%. And then one more test I did from 1%, so not completely dead, 1% fan on for 25 minutes, it charged it up to 40%. Will this charger do the job? Yeah, for 25 minutes, you put it on, especially if you're not touching your phone, it'll give you an extra, 39, 40%, especially if your phone's not completely dead, and it'll let you charge that up. Now, for the nighttime, I charge at night. That'll be perfectly fine. This thing does no problems. I noticed that every time I touch it, it's not hot, especially with the fan on. It does a really good job. You get a premium build. You get a good quality charger, 3-in-1. It'll charge your AirPods up to 5 watts, your Apple Watch Series 10. Now, I don't have a Series 10. I think this is like a Series 4 or a Series 5. For the Apple Watch Series 10, it'll charge it from 0 to 80% in only 30 minutes. So you can plug your Apple Watch, go take a shower, do what you got to do, come back, and you almost have a full battery. But either way, this charger is really, really nice. Now, I did actually go out and spend my own money on this, my own $129.99 on it. It did come from Belkin directly, but now it's actually on Amazon. I ordered from their website, though. And I have no regrets. I'm for sure keeping this charger. I'm absolutely replacing my current nightstand charger with this one. And in my opinion, it is still, to this day, right now, the best Qi2 3-in-1 charger that you can buy for your brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max when it's coming out. Now, real quick disclaimer, apparently on Belkin's website, it does say that to get these charging speeds, the full charging speeds, you do have to be on iOS 26. So once your new iPhone 17 Pro Max or 17 or whatever you decide to get comes out, or you upgrade your iPhone 16 or 15 series, whatever, to the iOS 26 software update, then you will have the full capability of this charging. So I really like it. The Qi2.2, that's starting to be the new thing coming out with the faster wireless charging, and I'm all here for it. But before we get out of here, let's listen to how that fan sounds. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this stuff, just put the iPhone on so it's actually on. We got to make sure that the switch is flipped up here, and let's listen to how that sounds. So, held up to the microphone, I don't know if it's too loud or not. I'll have to listen to it while I'm editing the video. But in real life, I know I have a studio microphone right here. So, of course, any little slight sounds are going to be amplified a lot by that. But in real life, this does not bother you at all. Whether you're charging all 3 devices or just your phone on it or just 2 devices, whatever, you don't hear it when you're sleeping. Let's be honest. I mean, it has to be very silent in your room, and even then you still really don't hear it that much. It's not loud at all. So let me know what you guys think about the Belkin UltraCharge Pro down in the comments below. As you guys know, I love it, and I'm definitely going to keep using it. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos for you. Now, if you guys didn't know, I am running mystery boxes on my channel currently for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Basically, you pay $50, you get a package of at least 3 cases, one of which is going to have camera control guaranteed, and at least one is going to be worth at least $45, which might even be that camera control case. Some boxes are worth up there in the $200, $300 price range. All links are down in the description below for that, so make sure you check it out. They are starting to go, so definitely pick yours up if you're interested. But if you guys want to see another great Qi2 3-in-1 charger, I'll leave that video right here. If you guys want to see my most recent top 10 case video that I just recently released for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, that video is right here.